Hello, welcome on board of the oracleboat channel. My name is Natalia, and today I'm going to do a reading on Vladimir Putin. So I'm going to start with a general reading on his situation, just to have a good picture of what's going on around him right now. What is his situation? What is his position? Two Pentacles. He's juggling two things at the same time. But there is something about the two as well. There is something about them too. Right, so first of all, the first thing I see regarding Vladimir Putin is issues connected to his health. As you can see, the Strength card comes up all together with the Sun card. Strength card indicates that there is something going on around his health. Within the last 3 years, I feel that he has already been suffering with health issues. Around the time where he was invading Ukraine the second time round in 2022, he was already diagnosed with a disease that either the disease or the treatment makes you very skinny. I was suspecting it could have been cancer at the time, because I've seen him in my dreams, and it was the very first time ever for Vladimir Putin where he was actually aware of the fact that he was mortal, of the fact that he is at some point going to die, and that he has to fight for his life. He did look like Patrick Swayze in his last days in my dream. He was very skinny, very fragile, very pale and scared. But all this time it seems that nothing has changed that we know of. I could be wrong. There is I said there is something about them too. They are the ship and the wolves in the ship clothing. There is two people around him, that maybe not around him, but there is two look-alike people who represent him. They go to public meetings, to they represent him visually. So basically, they are the look-alikes. One of them is assigned to international relationships, international affairs. So he would go and represent Vladimir Putin as pretend to be Vladimir Putin in relations to the international affairs. And then the second one is doing the same job within the country, with the politicians, inside of the country as well. So it's been quite a while, the way I feel it, that we actually haven't seen Vladimir Putin in person, personally, in front of the camera, on the recording, on photographs. It's been quite a while where he has not actually shown himself publicly. At the moment, the issues of his health are coming to the surface quite a lot. There seems to be a problem with his blood, and also possibly either with his blood or with his heart. So it seems that there is another problem on top of the health issues that he had before. And the sun is that light that you go towards as well. I feel like he might not have much time left, but I'm not quite sure whether the time he passes away, whether we would be actually made aware of it, because how much of an icon and a face he is, and how much of a deciding person he actually is. That's actually a good question. So my next question to the tarot is, how much longer is Vladimir Putin going to be around? How much longer is he going to be around? And what happens when he doesn't? Are we actually going to be informed globally that he's no longer there? Or are the lookalikes people going to continue the game where someone else pulls the strings? Let's have a look. Well, that's a risky. That is a risky prognosis. 10 days, 1 week. Between 1 week and 10 days. That's how much longer Vladimir Putin is going to be around. Today is the 10th of April. So that means around 20th of April, or within a week time. Vladimir Putin might not be around. This is really hard to believe for me. I mean, I had a feeling for quite a while that he was ill. And that's rather a serious illness, and he does feel like his time is coming at some point in the near future. You know, one of the blood diseases could be sepsis as well, and that could be caused by something else. And in case of sepsis, things get wrapped up very quickly if they're not treated properly, or depending on their situation. Let's confirm what kind of shapeshift Vladimir Putin is going through right now. What kind of shapeshift is Vladimir Putin going through right now? Doesn't happen very often to predict something like this within personal readings or global readings. Time to say goodbye. Let's see one more card. The Golden Phoenix, raised from the ashes. Something you thought finished burst back into life. The Wolf Moon. This card very often suggests timing of the full moon. The full moon is coming. Actually, what date is the full moon? Full moon, April 2025, 12th of April. However, the full moon season lasts a lot longer than just one day. But this could just mean that this is related to the moon. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the moon is full. Wolf moon, I will watch over you, as you can see. And we've got the new moon. I wonder if the new moon in a weird way very often is time when people die, just as well as the full moon, and also eclipses time. My stepdad, who was a Scorpio, died on a new moon Scorpio eclipse day, and that was out of the blue. 27th of April we have the new moon. 27th of April would be, well, 17 days from now. The question is, if that ever was to happen, would we find out about it? Would that be announced? Is this something that the world would know, or would Russia continue with the lookalikes of Vladimir Putin and continuing with the agenda, blaming it on the face we already know and already know how to feel about? Yes. Also, his numerology suggests that there is this year a lot of problems with health. From September onwards, there was some health issues. It's hard to explain the numerology that I do. It's basically Eastern numerology, but without maybe explaining how it's being done, I'll just show you my madman notes. The Strength, the Priestess, and the Hermit. Talking about health, if we put those cards together. This is based on Eastern numerology. I use that kind of numerology for private readings as well. It's a lot more complex system than the Western numerology that we all know. The numerological profiles look something like this, something like this, and that's just kind of me getting started. So I'm not going to go into too much details right now to explain how I got to this point, but I'm going to show you something that I discovered from Vladimir Putin numerology in the year 2025, but that numerology is valid from September 2024. So already then we had this, Vladimir Putin had this kind of aspect coming through. There we go. There's a Strength card. There's the High Priestess. The High Priestess comes as a problem, number 2. And we have also the Hermit. The Hermit, when it comes to health, often talks about diseases that are related to old age, or diseases that were there for a very long time, but they're not really curable. Something that was there for a long time. And the health itself, the strength talks about health, physio, working with the body. But in general, in this occasion, it talks about health. Something that did come up as well is the High Priestess in between. The High Priestess could mean a few things. It could mean that this is related to an elder female in Vladimir Putin's life who is suffering with some sort of health issues. But also, I feel that Vladimir Putin also has some health issues. And the number 2 normally talks about anything that is double in your body. So lungs, kidneys, balls, what else? Legs, hands, anything that is double in the body. And also it talks about reproductive system as well. So it could indicate that in the case of a man, there could be any health issues around that area as well. If I'm getting this right, because obviously I could make a mistake. There is always room for error within tarot or any psychic reading, so it should never be taken for granted that when something comes up, it doesn't have. There's one thing is that there might be. I don't believe in mistakes when it comes to cards. I believe that there is a chance for mistake when it comes to interpretation, and sometimes the focus during the reading as well. So take it as entertainment, if you will, rather than anything that is set in stone. But I'm going to continue with my questions. Would we ever find out? Are we going to know if Vladimir Putin is not there anymore for whatever reason, regardless of this reading that I have just done? Are we actually going to know about it, or are they going to continue with the agenda with 2 lookalikes? Oh, 2 lookalikes. When it comes to telling the truth, and you get the Devil card, well, it doesn't look like it. But let's carry on. That was just a jumper. Are we going to find out if Vladimir Putin is no longer there? Is that going to be announced? Is the world ever going to find out? Or, well, ever. Probably at some point, obviously. Can't live forever. Yet. Not long, and that might change. I'm not sure. I don't think he's going to make it till then. But let's see. Are we going to find out? No. Not really, no. The first thing, are we going to find out What do you think? If you know anything about tarot cards, if you know anything about the moon card, the first thing you should think of is deception. And we have those two fillers there again, and that resonates with those two people that I know are there, like statues. They are the face of it all, and there is a moon in between. The moon represents deception, lies, manipulation. That's kind of useless reading in a way, because that's never going to be verified, or probably not very soon. So it's going to be hard to defend the reading in a way. But I think I'm going to post it anyway, just because I got the balls to do it. But it doesn't look like we're going to find out. We had the devil card before. It looks like we're going to be fooled. We're going to be fooled around, and there is going to be deception, and there is a continuation of the current agendas under the using the face of a dead man. That's a crazy reading, guys. I'm just going to leave it there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.